Oh, I'm live. Professional as always. Hello, everyone. First of all, I wanted to apologize at the outset. I noticed that we were having a little bit of technical difficulty here. Hold on one second. Speaking of which, can you guys keep it down a little bit? Thanks. Okay. One thing I would like to note is that I have put a tremendous amount of preparation into this live stream. A lot of people I've noticed have been doing these, Saturday Night Live from home, but they're, very sloppily dressed, and they're really leaning into the idea that they don't have to prepare and they don't have to make themselves presentable because they're at home and that's cool somehow. Well, I don't think that's cool at all. I want you to know that I am taking this very seriously. I also wanted to let you know that, I don't know if some of you saw this or are seeing this in the chat here. That's beautiful, nice work. Thank you. So, but we are getting Zoom bombed with some people who think it's funny to make racist comments, and we're doing our very best to figure out how to stop that for the rest of the event. So hopefully that won't be continuing to happen throughout. It's not funny. It's not cool. It's indicative of somebody who has serious problems that they would be doing that. But we are not going to give up, and I really appreciate that people were flooding the chat comments with the word love. I think that is a good antidote to the Zoom bombing racist chat thread comments that are coming through. Not exactly the tone that I was hoping to start this seminar on. This is going to be a weekend-long retreat that will take place at home during a time during a time when we are all sheltering in place, and not all, but most of us are, and at a time when we are all experiencing limited social contact and often physical contact with the outside world and other people. This is a time when we have the opportunity to spend some extra time with our family, which has kind of been nice in some respects, right? Yeah. You have to say that, right? No. But it's also challenging, and I wanted to start this off on with a little bit of gravitas, do a modicum of good for some folks that are suffering the most from this experience. We will probably have some technical difficulties because this has never been done before, and I am very technically unsavvy. So those two factors brought together equal a cluster F. So I wanted to prompt you guys with a couple of questions, and I was going to ask you to put your answers in the chat threads, but maybe you can just pose these questions as thought. I'll pose these as a thought experiment for you. One question is, what has been most difficult about this shelter in place experience for you? What has been your biggest challenge? And maybe that's something that you can write to your teammates right now. If you're on a team, maybe you could message one another your answer to those questions, to that question. What has been most difficult about this experience? And then I have another follow-up question, but I'm gonna give you a second to contemplate that question and maybe share your answer with other people. And what will follow right now is just an awkward silence. I would share that for me, the insecurity about the future has been hard for me, not knowing what's coming, when this is going to end, how it's going to impact us. I've noticed that that's caused a lot of anxiety for me, and I've had many nights where I was up for hours ruminating on nervousness about the future. And I also miss some friends that I haven't been able to connect with in person. I have another question for you. I hope that was enough time. And the next question is, what is the greatest kindness that you have seen one person demonstrate toward another during this pandemic? Actually, I'm going to modify that a little bit and just ask you to reflect on one kindness. It doesn't have to be the apex of kindness, just one meaningful kindness that you have seen someone exhibit towards someone else. All right, I'm going to share one with you. Our block here texted one another, and we set up signs for healthcare workers who often drive past on their way to the hospital here, and seeing all of, I saw neighbors putting up signs that I didn't even know lived on the block. So just sort of looking down the street, down the sidewalk, I saw people coming out of houses and putting up signs, and it actually gave, it felt like we had a real sense of community in a way that we hadn't before. And here's another kindness. This morning, I was frantically trying to figure out some of the tech issues here, and West was very helpful in cleaning up this room. He even got out Windex and worked on the coffee table, which is already filthy again. But he's been very helpful. Okay, and then there's one other question that I'm gonna give you just to contemplate for, maybe we can address this at the very end of the hunt, and then we're gonna get two things. And that is, what do you think is the greatest thing that could come of this pandemic for all of humanity? What is something that we collectively could learn from this experience? Okay, enough of that. Now we're going to get into some of the nuts and bolts of the hunt. First of all, this is going to be, there may be quite a few of you who've participated in GISH before, which is a week long, and you go out in the world, and it's going to have a very different tone than this event. This event, everything is designed to be done from home, and everything is designed to prevent you from violating social distancing guidelines. We're also conducting a sort of series of seminars throughout the weekend, and we're doing that because we feel like it's important that people enrich themselves during this time, that they continue to work on their own educations, and they continue to do have some positive impact through personal development. So we are going to have things like a bug drawing workshop. We are going to have a singing lesson. Rich and Rob, my friends from Supernatural, the singing lesson is going to be conducted by Justin Guarini. I'm now mispronouncing his name, Guarini, who is from American Idol fame and much other fame. He will be conducting a singing workshop for us in the morning tomorrow. We're also going to be having Rich and Rob conduct a seminar on how to be funny, which I think is going to be pretty informative and pretty helpful. There's many other seminars throughout the weekend, so you're going to see that on the item list as well. You can pop into those at the designated time. Hopefully, by the time we get to those seminars, we'll have figured out how to stop the racist interjections. The list is now live on the website. I have to check my text messages because I'm sure I've been told a million things there's too many things for me to even read. Okay, all right. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. I have literally 40 messages. Try to raise your hand if you're ready to play from home at the end. Okay. If anyone wants to raise their hand right now and show us that they're ready to play from home, that's something that we can do for those of you who are now in the Zoom call. You can raise your hand, and we might be able to fold you into this and show some of the folks who are at home here. I also I wanted to tell you that we have now posted the item list on our website on gish.com. This is the first time that me or my family is going to be participating in the hunt, in the traditional hunt that happens in August. It's very competitive. The winning team gets taken to somewhere, extraordinary in the world, like New Zealand. This year, we are not making it about winning, even though we will acknowledge some of the more exceptional teams, but it's not about being the best. It's about being the best you can be. And because we have redacted that truly cutthroat competitive element, me and my family are going to be participating this year. And that is so exciting because I had access to the list before you did. So that means I get to cheat, and I started some stuff already. For example, Westy, do you want to show what you're working on?
No.
West has just fabricated this.
Actually, you did that.
West has just made me honest. He said, actually, you did that. He's making the table that goes with the couch potato. This is a couch potato. Can we see? All right. Well, what else am I supposed to say? Hold on. I'm going to check my text messages to see what else.
Up and people see the list.
Is the site maybe up? I don't know. Nobody is. Hi, Dawn. We are. Oh, hi, Dawn. I see a Dawn
hi.
Casey. Hi.
It said,
Hi.
it said start video. So
I can't hear her,
Hi.
but I can see her.
See if she can.
I don't know why you can't hear.
I don't know either. We're gonna figure this out. This is going to be a collective tech support call for the next 24 hours. Okay, guys. So your list is up. The list is up on the website. The website, we should be able to increase server load, and you should be able to access that list. Once you get it, work with your team to delegate who is going to work on what items, and then you'll start doing your submissions per the instructions, and then come back and meet with me and the fascinating panoply of guests that we have for all of the seminars that you'll also find on the list. The schedule for that is going to be on the list. All right, what else am I supposed to say, guys?
Misha, you have a couple more things you need to say
Nobody's
here.
messaging me anymore. They stopped talking to me. All right.
We good? You good? Hey, what are we doing here? What's happening?
We have, oh, hi. I see another face. Hi, that's Charlie. Yeah, I recognize him. Hi, Charlie. Hi, Brendan. Hi, Wayward.
We're just going to start adding random people in. You ready?
All right. I am excited to get this started. So let's hit the ground running. I have a head start. Probably going to do better than you guys. I'll see you in an hour or two for the first seminar. Bye.